Hey everybody, welcome back to WeLikeDota and the WeLikeDota Community Night.
Reserve time. Radiant's band.
This is the last community night before the WeLikeDota League kicks off. That tournament will supplant the normal Wednesday night community night evenings. And as a result, community night's going on hiatus until the WeLikeDota League concludes. But don't worry, there's going to be lots of action, because we're casting a lot of those games.
5 seconds.
And it should be an exciting time to watch.
Reserve time.
There was a lot of demand to get into this game, so
Dyer's
welcome to all the
band.
players. Glad you could join us. Tonight we have End of a Start, .p Ursi, Captain Trips, DeHoff, and 180GG on the Dire side. And on the other side, on the Radiant team, we have Calvin Smokes Wex, captain. We have Dwarv SC,
10
Pretty
seconds
Bunnies,
to go.
Rethel, and Cool 12 Patrick.
5 seconds.
We're past the
Radiant's band.
first few picks and bans. Bounty Hunter, Crystal Maiden on the Dire side, and Lesh and Lich on the Radiant. Leshrac, of course, enjoying quite a little bit of popularity,
10
being
seconds
one of the
to
most
go.
banned heroes in TI5 currently.
5 seconds.
Very strong mid pick, kind of takes over the game in a similar way to Storm Spirit.
Reserve time.
Lots of magic damage. And one of those overpowering mids who just kind of scales out of control. DM and Bounty Hunter have both been enjoying a resurgence as in terms of popularity of
Radiant's
picks
pick.
in the current pro meta.
Drow Ranger.
Dyer's pick.
Honestly, it's been kind of fun to see the variety of heroes that have come out. I feel like all of the heroes are pretty well balanced.
10 seconds to go.
Well, okay, almost all the heroes.
5 seconds.
Don't take me too literally. But
Reserve time.
it seems like in general, especially in pubs, that you don't feel like any particular hero is just a crazy pick.
Clockwork. Radiant's pick.
I love a good clockwork. One of those heroes who can make a lot of space. Doesn't really need a whole lot either. Doesn't need farm. Just needs a few levels. And he's a good setup hero as well.
10 seconds to go.
Just really solid.
5 seconds.
We were just watching in the IG versus Secret game how
Reserve
Clockwork was
time.
setting up AA ults. Really brilliant play. Might have inspired the Clockwork pickup here. At least tangentially. Of course, AA is already banned. Even so, Clockwork's just real solid. Also, I like his new immortal item. I just saw it for the first time today. He's got his rocket flare
Dyer's
bursting out
pick.
with a bunch of little parachutes. It's pretty cool.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Reserve time.
One thing that you'll observe is that against a Clockwork, one of the key
Radiant's banned.
support pickups is going to be a Force Staff. Getting out of cogs is so important. And I do like the range options. We see a lot of range coming out on Radiant.
Dyer's
Necro, of
banned.
course, reinforcing the Drow and the Leshrac and the Lich push. But also importantly, when that Clockwork throws cogs, being able to shoot across the cogs is so important. Omni Knight's
10
an interesting
seconds to
pickup.
go.
I do like
5
what he brings to the
seconds.
fight. Especially when you've got an initiator like Clockwork. Causing chaos in the middle of the fight.
Time.
And Omni Knight gives him so much more sustain. If they play that well in terms of a team sort of coordination, kind of team fighting ability, then that actually could be pretty good for him. They're going to need something of a decent late game carry though, or at least a hard carry in general, in order
Radiant's
to
big.
complement their lineup. On the Radiant side, this is actually pretty flexible. They can slot anything in here. I would imagine they're going to go another ranged hero.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
This kit actually... Okay, Shadow Shaman. There you go.
Dyer's pick.
He'll work. Gives them some push options. If they coordinate, they can actually push pretty well across this lineup. And that actually does ask a question that demands an answer.
Ten seconds to go. 5 seconds. Ursa Warrior. Better get ready. Looks like we lost one.
So we're currently under a pause. But in the meantime, I'll walk our players in case this game actually kicks off. Hopefully we don't have too many disconnect issues. On the Radiant side, we have Dwarf SC on the Shadow Shaman. Pretty Bunnies is on the Drow Ranger. Nice Mask of Madness. Calvin Smokes Wex is on the Necrophos. Fool 12 Patrick on Leshrac. And who did I miss? Rethel is on the Lich. And it looks like people are slowly reconnecting. On the other side of the board, on Dyer, we have Dot P. Ursi on Omni Knight. Dahoff is on Crystal Maiden. 180 GG is on the Bounty Hunter. End of a Start is on Ursa. We're still missing a couple players. Captain Trips is on Clockwork. Oh, and he's already scrolling to bottom. There we go. apparently there's a shop bug that's causing a delay here. I was unaware of the shop bug, so that's interesting. Annoyingly interesting. Dear Gavin, please fix. Gavin? Gavin? I actually don't even know. I've only seen that in print. I see it in print a lot, but I have no idea. There we go, we've got everybody reconnected. Apologies for the delay. Action to commence any second now. The clock is rushing toward bottom lane here. Got a ward on board, and we'll see if he blocks the pull camp, most likely. There he goes, finding his space. And we're under another pause. Alrighty then. Uh-oh. Okay.
All right, carry on. "30 seconds to showtime."
Okay, so we had a vision ward here, rather than a camp block. And Clock's gonna wait for a rune in the Roche pit. Got Necro opposing him. Not a lot of team backup. Leshrac is coming there to help as well. Top rune is going to be contested by just a couple of heroes. So they're 2-on-1 here.
And here we go.
Necro picks up the bottom rune and they're going to fight. There's a Cog defensively. On the top we've got Ursa, and Ursa did pick up the rune. They're going to back away. Let's see what this fight does down bottom. Clock is going to walk away. The Splitter does not connect, which means Clock is going to walk into his lane as normal. Eat a tree and he'll be fine. We've got the Drow and Lich going top lane versus the CM and the Ursa. I think that's a reasonable lane situation there. What's really going to determine this matchup is who gets the better farm between the Drow and the Ursa. Oh, and we've got the Shadow Shaman here. Okay. So we've got a tri-lane instead. At mid we have Bounty Hunter and the Omni Knight. So that's kind of interesting against the Leshrac. And in bottom lane we've got solo v solo Necro versus the Clockwork. Also an interesting lane. Actually, all three of these are interesting lanes. I feel like that's going to be a roaming bounty hunter. Ursa's charge disrupted by the gust from Drow Ranger. And Ursa's actually going to have a hard time if Drow Ranger gets out of control because she can kite him pretty easily. Especially if she's denying him farm here. He really needs the farm to get to Blink Dagger before he can be effective. Bounty Hunter, of course, rotating in. Very bold, but giving some options to the top lane, which I think they'll desperately need against 3 range heroes. This is actually a dangerous trio. At mid lane, we've got the Omni Knight versus the Leshrac. I think the Omni Knight's gonna have trouble actually maintaining this lane unless the Bounty Hunter babysits him for a while. And then, of course, if he does, they're splitting XP, so that could be dangerous. And Bounty Hunter is under a disconnect. Apologies for all the disconnects here. Not sure what that's all about, but hopefully that won't lead to too many more pauses. So that seems to be the order of the day if you've been following TI5. Of course, that due to all the DDoS attacks. On the plus side, I don't think anyone's going to DDoS us here, because we are clearly not that special. So, can't imagine anyone would dare focus us. Maybe dare's not the right word. Dare to focus us? Good. Oh, a mango. Nice. Despite that being such a novel item, I actually don't see that picked up that much. It's interesting how the threat of the Bounty Hunter actually keeps the Leshrac from progressing too deep into the mid-territory.
No use crying over spilled blood. Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
I'd like to see a few more rocket flares out of Clockwork, I think. Oh, speaking of, well played. This Bounty Hunter doesn't look like he can take the Necro one-on-one at this point. Couple pings at top. Looks like they're gonna try to get behind him here. Maybe look for the guy who's pulling, but nothing to see. Gonna get spotted by the creep wave in just a minute, and Crystal Maiden's under tower, so not a lot to do there. Yeah, and she does ping him. Krista knows the team's there. Omni Knight gets the illusion rune. And he does have a bottle. The space that Bounty Hunter created for him allowed him to get his bottle, so that's kind of nice.
You'll have to do better than that.
And we've got a gank going top. Omni Knight's playing deep. He turns into a chicken.
I bind you.
He's bound kind of deep, which means the rest of the team has to come in and save him. Otherwise the frost arrows will be dangerous to him. Ursa comes in. Looking for some fury swipes, but Crystal Maiden's actually eating the arrows, so... And another chicken on the Omni Knight. The Omni Knight was able to purify and get a kill. One of the dangerous things, Omni Knight has like a larger health pool than you think he does, just because of the way that he's able to purify himself. Got a deep play Bounty Hunter hunting the Leshrac. But I don't think he can take Lesh at the moment, especially with the disparity in their health pools. It's interesting how they're in lockstep here. I don't think they can actually see each other either, which was kind of interesting, because they were just stepping on each other. They're still kind of stepping on each other. What is up with this? This crazy dance. What is happening? Oh, Splitter next, and oh, so much damage.
Guess what's happening to Dire's
Lesh
bottom
able to put out
tower?
enough with his lightning. He had level 3 lightning, and able to just do a lot of burst damage, so that played off his patience, hunting the Bounty Hunter. Hunting the invisible. Well played. So it's definitely going lightning spam over the Diabolic Edict build.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business. Dire's top tower, you know the drill. The Dire might want to mine that
Oh,
top
good dust. Anticipatory. Split Earth connects, and that's one dead bounty hunter.
sweet ablution.
I'm not sure how he knew he was there. He might have sensed it, might have seen him up top lane. Now Drow needs a little bit of help. Ursa trying to close the distance. Leshrac on the run, Ursa's a chicken. Doing a little bit of kiting, but we've got a 4v3 now, which means Radiant probably needs to back. They're gonna go for it anyway. They probably didn't see the bounty hunter there, thought they could fight.
Tower's coming apart.
Leshrac comes in. Probably not in time though. Drow Ranger falls. So does Shadow Shaman, that's a 3-for-1 trade. Dire taking the advantage. Rotation's really key to that team fight win.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer. Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
No sorceries avail.
Yeah, Necro can't do anything there against the repel. He's gonna ult, but it won't do anything. And he's gonna fall under the pressure from both the Bounty Hunter and the Omni Knight.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up. Radiant's top tower's in bad shape. Radiant's gone and fortified their structures. Radiant's top
Leshrac,
tower
or I mean
is
rather,
taking
Shadow Shaman
hits.
does not have 6 yet. So can't really threaten the tower.
The armor of omniscience.
Omni can afford to play so bold. Kind of interesting the way he plays up. Oh, big lightning bolt, taking down the bounty hunter.
Bonds will break.
Again, we see why Leshrac is such a formidable force in this patch. My guess is that after TI5 he's going to pick up a nerf. There we go, Gust. A little bit of kiting from Frost Arrows. Ursa's going to walk away. And once again, the lightning bolt just capping off a hero.
Thousand of your kind have
Gets the Crystal Maiden before she can get away. Ursa's in danger. Leshrac's just looking for a kill. If Ursa shows himself, Leshrac's going to find him. Leshrac's willing to dive. He's going to eat a couple tower hits, but nope, not going to find a target. Necro to back him up. Necro's going to go for it. There's the ult. That's going to cap an Ursa and put him out of the game for 60 seconds. Putting up a defense, but they're 5v2, which is going to be pretty dangerous for him. Now 5v3. Looks like they want to fight this here. Still really dangerous. They're 4v3 now.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down. Dire's structure's looking fortified.
That sustain afforded by the Q from the Necro actually does help them a lot to take the towers in the early game. We're now 4v4. I guess it's that Radiant has to back. Nope, they're gonna go for it. They're gonna fight.
Mid tower could use a hand.
They do know bounty hunters there though.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Are you even?
Gonna go ahead and take this wave, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to fight under this tower. We now have 5 Dire heroes.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Double desolation.
Guess what's happening to Dire's
The big fight, the only one not here is Lesh. Ult does some damage, but Purification saves the Ursa. He gets out, but Clockwork falls. Playing deep against the wards. He did stop the wards from being on tower, so I guess there's the silver lining. Of course, Lich picking up the double kill. He does that when a team's clustered. Kind of his thing.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
No sorceries avail.
Dire's got one last top tower. The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Man, it's rare to see a team sit for so long in a lane, able to push through 2 towers, even in the face of the defense there.
Somebody's cooking. How about Dire's mid tower could use a little help. Dire's mid tower.
It's been an interesting strategy to kind of mass 4-man and let Leshrac just kind of free farm in the bottom lane, because it's taken everything Dire has to defend against this 4-man push. Looks like Dire is going to give up the Ghost at mid and see if they can get this Leshrac.
Dire's
There's
mid
a scouting
tower's having technical
firework there.
difficulties.
Leshrac's gonna walk away, pick up a haste.
Swiftly out of balance.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
And he's gonna rejoin his team. Of course, he does see the Crystal Maiden, and they see him. Split Earth connects on Crystal. Lightning Bolt. Good hook shot into Cogs. There's the dust. The Leshrac falls, but looks like we're gonna get the Necrophos ult on the Clockwork, putting him out for another 60 seconds. They just can't get the job done against the Dry Ranger there.
You die alone.
Which means that Radiant are able to take the tower and trade 1 for 4. That might be backbreaking for Dire here.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties. Dire's mid tower.
I think ultimately it was just the cohesiveness of the Radiant draft. Having so much range against heroes that really do not that do not like ranged heroes. You've got the Ursa and the Clockwork who really don't like being up against a ranged team, and I think that's really spelling the advantage here. Here come the Serpent Wards against valid building targets. Bounty Hunter not really able to do anything, just distract with a little bit of track. But
didn't make it.
Not enough to scare the Radiant team away. With 3 heroes track, they just don't care. There come the Guardian Greaves. Giving them that sustain. Such a great item. Got all of the sustain of both the early mech and the arcane boots, of course. As you all know, I'm sure. But seriously, that's really significant. Hook into Cogs. And it's interesting how that Gust kind of pushed him away, pushed him outside of the Cogs. Even so, they're able to pick up that hero kill. Crystal in with the ironic GGs. Ironic? No. Sarcastic? Probably sarcastic. Oh, sarcasm. Guardian Greaves once again. Necro fighting for his life. Trying to turn it around. Throwing his Q at every opportunity. And Omni Knight with the Purify finally overcoming the War of Attrition there. And Lich is going to fall here to a hammer. So overall, a fair trade, 3 for 3. I could be wrong. There might have been some other kills there. Quick fight recap. Yeah, I was wrong. 4 for 3. And that's actually going to be a real GG call. Well played, guys. Draft too good, I think. Well, thanks for joining us for Community Night. I hope to see you in the Community Nights when we resume. And those will come back after the WeLikeDota League tournament ends. But in the meantime, good luck in all your games, guys. Really appreciate you tuning in. And I hope that you all will enjoy the tournament draft and tournament commentary. Coming up soon. Much more excitement to come. Have a good night, everybody.